What's going on, guys? Venny here, bringing you something a little bit different than usual. This is like a post-com. I never usually do my things post-com. As you see in the background, though, right now, it's like the players I used this weekend just gone. This video is going to be a 30-0 Foot Champs highlight. I haven't got too many clips because I wasn't too sure if I was actually going to do this. I wanted to see if you guys would be interested to actually see a bit of gameplay from my end, especially as I hit 30-0. I think it's something what people might be interested in. This team also got me to the Foot Champs first event this weekend, was just gone after going 7-2 in the Swiss and then beating a pro player called Giles in the best of three. In the background, you'll see all the goals, all the different chances, what were created. I've also put my input controls. It's something what's been added to Foot Champs, where you guys maybe be able to see like what buttons I'm pressing. I think that would actually help a lot, because obviously you can obviously see what people are doing on screen, but without actually knowing what buttons they're pressing, it's like, how can I actually maybe improve myself? But yeah, this weekend league for me was a bit of a drain, especially with the qualifiers added on top of this. I wasn't really too sure what I was going to get in the weekend league. I wasn't really too bothered because after qualifying for the event, I was literally happy with whatever happened. But yeah, I think this game, I believe, was a rage quit. But there was a game, I think it's the next game after this one. It was my game for the 30-0, and I was absolutely drained. It was like 2 a.m. and I just couldn't do anything. I went like 2-0 up, and it was just such a drain. As you see, that finish there was actually a timed finish with Neymar. Something what if you're not using this year, I recommend using time finishing. For me, especially on the finesse, is essential really. I feel like if you hit the green, it's basically 100% chance that, well, I wouldn't say 100%, but like a 95% chance that it goes in. But yeah, it was it's been interesting this weekend for sure. Going into this weekend, I've changed my team up, but slightly. More of a defensive approach. I wanted to get Patrick Vieira in just to see what he can be about, because I remember him last year and he was like the best player I've used basically. I'm actually at Gfinity whilst this is probably going to be live, so my replies on the comments, if you've got anything to ask, won't be instant. It'll be a little bit later after I play my Gfinity games, which should be good. Hopefully I get the win. That's always the plan, is to win in the competitions. But as you see, I think this is a chance I missed. And you might notice a lot of the times I fake shot down the wing. This is just to basically open up the space, because a lot of times they're running like up against you, and it's quite tight, and especially if like they go shoulder to shoulder with you, most of the time your wingers are quite weak. So if you get a fake shot, you can stop the ball and then maybe come inside or go back down the wing, just a little bit, change it up, because I see a lot of people basically all they do is just run down the wing and then cross it, or run down the wing, do one of them new fake shot animations and come inside, which I think I actually conceded in this. They are hard to stop, of course, but you don't want to obviously do that every single attack, otherwise the player you're playing against is gonna. As you see, this game's gone 2-2 now. This was the 30-0 one. I remember him scoring that, and I was like, "Oh God, here we go. This is gonna be a long night." Well, a long 90 minutes basically. As you see, I think this was basically from a kick-off, like after he got the ball back. We do some nice passing play, open up the chances. To go on the formation I used the 4-2-3-1 this weekend, mainly in all the games. If it was somebody who I thought wasn't the best, I did change to my 4-2-2. That video is actually out at the moment. It's my 30-0 Foot Champs custom tactics. If you want to see what sort of tactics I'm using, I did go into like explain why I use certain tactics, and yeah, basically just why I use them, what type of instructions I use, and the reasons for it. Because I think it's quite important, obviously, for the user to actually know why people are using these custom tactics, instead of just basically having whatever. Because like I see a lot of people have like cut passing lane on their CDMs, but like, why have cut passing lanes? Like, what's the reasoning? And I basically gave why I'm using that. As you see there, 2-1. I think that was from the 45th minute kickoff from him. This game was probably my hardest game, I think, on like his team was better than most people I played. He was a good player. As you see, this is the one what I was saying about. He hits the byline, comes inside, and essentially basically just doesn't want it. But yeah, I think we obviously win this. I think it comes out actually a few goals. We're making rage quit. I actually had a lot of rage quits this weekend, it seemed, which was quite lucky because of the qualifiers. The qualifiers were grueling, man. It was from Saturday to Sunday, like 9 hours on the Saturday and then like 3-4 hours on the Sunday. If you win the first best of 3, and that was just horrible, especially with weekend league, because I usually do both consoles, so yeah. I had to basically stop playing the Xbox One so I could finish my PlayStation, because otherwise I would have been up to like 3-4 a.m. The clips what I'm going to show as well, like you might notice they're a little bit longer. You see from basically when I've won the ball and how I've built up. I see a lot of people basically they just show you the final third, like how you create the chance. I don't think people really learn from that, because you only see what they're doing like in attack, and I think a lot of people actually know what they're doing in the final third, because a lot of time it comes off like what you think you're going to do. But if you see it from building up from the back, as you see here, I'm sort of taking my time, looking for some passes, sort of just trying. My plan is always to try and make them come to me, basically, because a lot of people are AI defenders this year, so they just sort of sit there and wait. But as I said, this is only going to be the first version of this. I'm going to try and get better at these post-coms, have different discussions, a little bit about the gameplay and whatnot. So yeah, if this is something you want to carry on seeing, let me know. So yeah, sweet guys. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and peace.